Hi everyone, just going to begin in a moment. Just get yourself set up. Hi everyone, namaste. Welcome to today's class on Sentosa, contentment. Boy, can we all use a little bit of contentment with any of our life circumstances. I do. So today we're going to do a practice that is going to be focused on this theme. And we're really going to hone in to see how we can actually derive the simple joys of life, or not even joy, maybe just being like content with whatever we have in our life at this present moment, whatever that may be, to be satisfied, to be like, that's enough. Whatever I have right now at this moment, it's good. It's well, and all is well, essentially. So think of areas in your life right now that you're not really satisfied with. And we're going to bring it to this space, and we're going to see if we can find a level of neutrality or love even, or maybe joy of the fact that we are experiencing some of those things. And just like maybe taking all those feelings and then leveling it out to contentment. So we're going to begin with a prayer, as we always do. So sit in a comfortable position, hands on your knees. If your knees are higher than your hips, then put a pillow underneath. Kind of lift up your hips and let the knees fall down so the hips are above the knees a little bit. It's also just more comfortable here to sit like this. So closing your eyes and shifting your weight onto your sit bones. So your sit bones, your heart, and your head are all in one line. Bringing your attention to your body. Just noticing if you can be content with whatever you're wearing, starting from the outside. Something physical that we're wearing, like see if we can be just content with whatever we're wearing, whether it's something tight or something loose, pajamas, yoga gear, the best yoga gear, whatever it is that we're wearing right now. Let's see if we can bring a level of contentment there. Bringing your focus onto your breath. Notice its inhales and notice its exhales. Bringing your attention onto your heart space. Just breathing into it. By spending 90 seconds approximately on your heart, with your attention on your heart, it calibrates the waves and magnetism of your heart and your brain together so that you have heart-brain coherence. So this is an excellent practice to do whenever we're feeling frazzled, but also a fantastic practice for us to get centered before our physical practice. To switch from our minds to our hearts, automatically our brains vibe in coherence with the heart.生命之子啊，爱我使我能爱你。如果你不爱我，我的爱便无法达到你。懂得把握的仆人，生命之子啊，爱我使我能爱你。如果你不爱我，我的爱便无法达到你。懂得把握的仆人，懂得把握的仆人。Keeping your eyes closed. Bring the palm of your hands together in front of your chest and begin rubbing them fiercely as to generate some heat between your palms. And then whenever you're ready, cupping your eyes and blinking in the palm of your hands and adjusting your your eyesight to the light around you that's coming in between your fingertips. And then slowly open your fingers a little bit more and allow some more light in and blink some more. And then whenever you're ready, just dropping your hands down. Okay, awesome. Super excited, yay. All right, so let me fix up the second camera so that we get two angles here. Hopefully this is the angle where you guys can see both. And also let me know in the comments below if you find having two screens helpful or you would rather just have one. I always like to have different angles to be like, wait, where is that foot going? Where is that foot in alignment and things like that. But yeah. Okay. So let's start easy. Maybe not so easy. Let's bring your feet together and actually open your feet out, legs to the corner of the sides of the mat, and kind of move back a little bit. That's me if you were standing too close to it. So let's open with a hip opener. This is a place where usually our inner thighs can feel really stagnant. And this is where women actually often feel a lot of stagnation. And this might be excellent to actually release on Women's Day, a perfect bonus one. Because for women, for us to practice contentment, it is a high virtue. Because so much of our life has, how should I say this? Women have not had a good time in history, let's just say, and there could be a lot of rage, anger, disappointment of the current situation, or just how life is going for us. So for us to practice contentment, it is a virtue, right? And so it might be in the midst of all our anger and fighting for our justice and fighting for all these things to kind of see, all right, where can we actually be like, oh, our life's actually going really well and we can be content. So this is that day. So let's, on our mat, we're going to practice this. And I want you to just begin massaging your inner thighs and your legs all the way to your ankles, going left and right. And kind of like squeezing also the inner thighs, because this is where the lymphatic system is. This is where a lot of times we get stuck. And you might actually notice that closer to your ankles, there's like a little bit of inflammation. You might feel a bit of sensation, like pain or tightness. And you could also notice to see if your left or right leg inner thighs are like one is tighter than the other. And so wherever you are here, the most important thing is that your spine is straight and you can sit upright and there's like a little balance here. You feel tight here and your knees are straight. So if that means your legs are over here, that's cool. Like bring them in a little bit more and just make sure your knees are straight and spine is straight. So if you can just be here comfortably, you're good to go. Remember, we're always kissing our border, not going beyond it. So wherever that is, you want to not watch me where I am, but you want to observe your own body and be with your own sensations. So this is a beauty of doing yoga online and not doing it in person, is that it requires you to be very disciplined within your own body and to be like, is this fitting my body? And you have no judgment around you to be like, I don't have to conform to anyone else, which is excellent. And also, even that means not conforming to me as to whatever I'm looking like, but really following your own body and to see where it goes. And I'm giving different directions of where you might be. So wherever you are, just putting your hands in front of your legs if that's available to you. If not, just putting it on your knees. And just kind of relax your head down here to give a little bit of a spinal stretch. And notice, seeing how by leaning forward a little bit, your hands get a bit heavy. And wherever you are, just practicing that virtue of contentment, seeing that like, oh, it doesn't look like you're doing a lot, but actually there's so much that happens with the body with this posture, that to be content as to wherever you are with this, and to be okay. And if you're feeling like your body is slowly opening up by leaning forward, allow it and see if your body is naturally opening up or if it's resisting. And just be within the respect, within the limits of your body, kissing its border of limitation, but never going beyond it. And if your body is slowly opening you up more, see if you can come onto your elbows. And we're doing this posture very gradually, and we're being content with not doing like crazy gymnastic poses, and just being okay with seemingly doing minimum or not very extravagant yoga postures, but then also noticing how even in a simple posture like this, your body can be feeling so many things, and not feeling like you need to necessarily contort your body into complexities, but just being satisfied with simple postures, but having tremendous benefits on your body. And bringing stillness to the three layers of our body: our mind, our physical body first, our mind, and then our breath. If your breath is even in this posture, like I am as I'm speaking, then you're okay. If you're starting to breathe heavily or you're starting to notice, it can deepen a little bit, but if you're able to keep your mouth closed and breathe deeply in and out through your nose and lengthen it, you're okay. But if you're like starting to have shortness of breath, you're doing too much. Maybe opening up your elbows, if it's available to you. Maybe even extending your arms flat onto the ground completely, allowing your chest to come to the ground, and just see where you're at with this. You'd be surprised to see where your body can go when from day to day, it could be very different. And really just being open to seeing what the possibilities are of that moment rather than any other time that you've experienced posture. Our flexibility is determined by our diet, our mood, and what we eat. Or don't eat. So maybe some of you will be fasting, and you can notice that during the fast, we don't have that much, because we're doing a waterless fast, we don't have that much fluid in our bodies. And when we don't have fluid in our bodies, it's very easy to get injured because the muscles are not inflated with like liquid. So I want you to be very gentle with yourself. So you might actually be, I'm noticing myself to be more flexible than I normally am, quicker. So this is probably all the cleansing that has happened over the past couple of days. But also to be gentle with yourself, to see that like not to go further beyond. And whenever you're ready, slowly lifting up your body on the palm of your hands if you were on your elbows, and slowly bringing the hands closer to your body. And then lifting your head up last. And just noticing here how your neck feels, your body feels, your legs feel. And I want you to slowly, very, very slowly, because we've been in this posture for quite some time, I want you to slowly inch your legs forward and maybe like using your hands to kind of like guide it forward, seeing wherever your knees are. You can lift your knees forward a little bit. And I want you to be very slow and gentle with this. There's no rush. I'm not going anywhere specific. Stand on the mat. Take your time. Be almost mindful and gentle and just go with the rhythms of your body. And if it's not even there at this point, just slowly take its time. Your body will tell you when it's ready to like inch forward or come forward. So whenever you are here, back to the center, then begin to shake out your legs and any tension that might have been built. I want you to lift up your hips and keep shaking. Shake, 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 shake all the stagnation or all the chi that has been opened, all the nadis, energy center points that have been opened in your body. There's so much flow, and I just want you to like shake it out for any tension. If there's any tension to be built there, that was built in the process. I just feel like as if that posture was completely released, and you're not feeling any stagnation here. And let's go into shoelace pose. So if we were to put our feet flat, actually let's do a dandasana, a forward leg stretch before we move into shoelace pose. So you want to sit up straight here and hands right by your side and kind of like lift your spine up, right? So your spine is straight, your hands are by your side, and you're kind of like pushing the ground and lifting up, extending and lengthening your spine. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, reach your arms forward and see if you can clasp your hands on your knees. But if not, just put it on your knees or on your shins or your ankles. And whenever you can, or if you can, hook your fingers onto your toes and just kind of like really almost like straighten out the bum so that you feel like your sit bones are a little bit higher. And just pull your upper body forward, always keeping the knees straight. And relax your head down here. So bringing stillness to your body, your mind, and your breath. And seeing how we can bring the virtue of contentment to this posture. Wherever we're at, sometimes this can be a very disappointing posture. It doesn't seem so hard, but then you're just like, why am I not going down? Or like, man, my hamstrings are really tight, my calves are really tight, or oh my gosh, my left leg so much more than my right, I can feel it, or my right so much more than my left. And so just notice all this, but try to see if you can bring stillness and contentment to this posture wherever you're at, and kind of define to see what contentment means for you here. If you can just be content in this posture, how does this translate to the outside world? Because our yoga mat is kind of like a laboratory, right, for our world outside. Anything we practice here is like almost like a preparation for life. And whenever you're ready, slowly coming out of it, keeping your head down and letting and coming up with one vertebra at a time. And then whenever you're at the top, just noticing your spine, how it feels, and just shaking your neck a little bit, left and right ear. And so whilst we're here, let's again begin shaking our legs, because there's probably a lot of energy that was flowing up and down our legs. And so much of these postures that we're doing today are like of the legs, inner thighs, underneath the thighs. And then now we're going to move to the outer sides of our body. We're really going to see how our legs are kind of like a metaphor of how we move forward in life. So lifting up your hips and doing a shake, shake, shake. And so if we're activating the energy in our legs, this kind of reflects in how we move forward in life as well. So keep shaking if you're still feeling stagnation. As I'm speaking, just keep shaking, shake, 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 and lifting up your hips, shake some more. And so how we want to get into shoelace is lifting up our right leg, crossing it over to the outside of our left, laying our right knee on top of the left knee. And if you're here, you're feeling already a lot of stretch, stay here. And then later, I want you to just move forward. But for those who can go a bit more, just observe to see how you feel, to see if you can like put the left leg right under the ankle, right under your sit bones, and see how now like our knees are not stacked up with each other, kind of like moving it, maneuvering it. But if that's not like quite great, so you can move your feet forward and kind of like stack your knees on top of each other and then sit back down. There you see like a better alignment with the knees on top of knees. And you can keep your hands on your right leg or your left leg. You should be feeling a deep stretch on the sides of your hips. This is the outer hips. These can be really tight, especially when walking. And if you're tight more on one side than the other, then you might feel it like more. But begin like focusing on stillness in your body here. And try to bring stillness to your mind. And bring stillness to your breath. And see, as we continue our stillness to our breath, if we can maintain that stillness by bringing our hands forward and kind of just leaning forward, seeing if you can put your chin on top of your knees and just like relax here. But if that's like not relaxing for you, you're already feeling like a really big stretch, then just try to extend your head down. But if that's too much, keep your head up. Just like a little posture like this might be the difference between being like, oh my gosh, what is this? To like, oh, okay, this is kind of like bearable, or this is where I'm kissing and that's where I'm not. So come out of postures if you feel that it's too much. And there's no shame in coming out of a posture. It's just being like, whoa, we're just learning where our body is, where our boundaries are. seeing if you can maintain the stillness of the breath here. And seeing if we can find contentment here. I would say that this is probably the most difficult posture to find contentment in. I used to call this my nemesis posture. Like, this is the posture that I absolutely hated the most. It was the one that caused me the most internal conflict. I was so ready at all points of time to get out of it. But after you do this posture a couple times, it actually becomes your favorite because you realize that it's your weakest point, and you almost look forward to being like, all right, let's see how we can make this weakness into strength and like really relieve ourselves, like in the places that we're the most tight or that we hold the most emotions. Because this is where we're also sitting, right? When we sit, like our side legs, our hip areas can get really tight. And so any emotion that you might be feeling whilst you're sitting, like if there's frustrations, writing an email, replying to someone, it will get stuck here. And so when you do this posture, you might be re-experiencing all those emotions because it's stagnant energy just trapped there. But if you allow yourself to breathe through it, you kind of release it and let it flow. And it's an opportunity where you didn't give it before to like just feel it, or you were running away from it, trying to push it away, numbing it in any way. Now you're allowing it to kind of bubble up naturally to the surface. And once the bubble just reaches the surface, it's just like gone. There's nothing more that you need to do. So there's nothing you need to do to push it. Just observe it and stay with your breath. That's the best way. Even though you might be saying like, oh my gosh, Nahal, why aren't you getting out of this posture yet? Because we're practicing contentment. We're practicing contentment in all circumstances. So if Nahal's going to be here for an eternity, maybe that's okay. Maybe I can practice contentment there. Or if not, maybe Nahal can change your mind and slowly get us out of the posture. So slowly bring your hands closer to your hips. And just relax up here for a second. Whenever you're ready, releasing the left leg down first. And whenever you're ready, slowly taking the right leg back and then releasing it. And just again, shaking, shake, 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 shake your thighs, left and right. Shake it up. So we should be feeling so many things in our legs right now. We did the inner groins, the outer groins. Oh, sorry. So this time I actually came in to this posture with first bending my right leg and then just like kind of propping my left leg. This is another way that you can get into it. Or you can try the first way where it was like leg straight, bending the knees, bringing it over, laying it down, bending the bottom leg and doing it this way. This way it doesn't usually stack up so well, but you can always adjust yourself. So there's two ways that you could get into this posture. We all have our favorite ways, just giving you some options. So now that you're here, hands can be on your feet, just kind of keeping them stable because sometimes they like to slide off. Depending on whether or not you're wearing slippery pants or not, you might not have the grip, but you want to make sure that there's no space in between your legs. So really, when you come forward, you really want to like squeeze your thighs together and then sit back down. So you want your sit bones both to be on the ground. Sometimes we do this like action where one of them is up. Try to like get both the sit bones down. And I always find having pillows in this posture like helpful. So to tilt the pelvis forward a little bit, it'll help keep my spine more adjusted. And it's just easier sometimes. So bringing stillness first to the body now that you're here. Taking an inhale. And then stillness to the mind. Stillness to the breath. Whenever you're ready, bringing the palm of your hands onto the ground. Just kind of relax your head down. And see if you can bring your focus onto your breath again. Keeping the head down, you can even try to place your chin on top of your knees. See if that feels good. You can even see to bring your elbows onto the ground. And maybe one leg you'd be able to do this and the other leg you're not. And just observe to see which leg is tighter and which one you're able to do more of. We usually have one side that's stronger than the other. There's nothing wrong with that whenever you see it, but it's like generally where our imbalance is. And so whenever you're doing your own practice at home, you can always start with the weak leg first and then go to the stronger leg and then move back and do this less flexible or the one with the most sensation or the more difficult one, just so you can have more practice. Because we don't need to redo and do more of the things that we're good at. We want to kind of like bring our body to balance, and those areas where it's like difficult, we want to actually bring ease to all corners of our body. So if there's a corner where or a side specifically that is more uncomfortable than the other, then that's something we want to bring our attention to. And really see if you can really relax into this posture. Sometimes we can get so tense or be so afraid that we're like, oh my gosh, where's my body going? Or it's opening too much, or like maybe I'm gonna break. But trusting your body that it doesn't open unless it can. And really the tightness or the resistance that we cause with our mind being like, oh, no, that can sometimes actually cause an injury on our body. So really tuning into the wisdom of your body and seeing, it's like, where does it want to take you today? Is it giving you the signal to maybe come out of this posture, and respecting it and listening to it? And seeing how we can be content with the signals of the body rather than any outward form that we might be striving to achieve. Slowly bringing your hands, palm of your hands closer to your body. Relaxing it here. Bring it all the way to your hips. Just pause here for a second before releasing the bottom leg. Like moving over to your right side, releasing the left leg. Bringing the right leg back, left leg back to the center, and then straight forward, and then just shake it out. And just allow the energy to like really like flow through. Let's lift your hips up and shake it again. And really keep shaking it until you up and down and left and right, up and down and left and right. And just really feel like completely like your hips are like, you can move them in any direction, and the energy is like really flowing. Sometimes there's certain postures where it releases the energy like more than others. Let me just see how we are on the time. Still have time for a couple more postures. So if you had pillows underneath, removing them. I'd like us to do a couple side body stretches. We're actually bringing the feet together in a butterfly pose here. And I want us to do a couple like head, neck, and shoulder exercises to like really relax. And this is, since it's Women's Day, special Women's Day yoga class, then we're gonna treat the breastfeeding mamas to make sure that your necks and your backs are all stable. So really putting your hands by your ankles, lifting the spine straight, just allowing the inner groins to flap open. So our first posture that we did kind of worked on the inner groin. So you should be feeling quite relaxed here, or relatively more relaxed than if you hadn't done that posture. And just allow yourself to kind of bring both your hands, if you were to lay them out in front of you, I want you to move them to the left leg as if the left leg is right in between your palm of your hands. And then I want you to place them on the ground. So both your sit bones are on the ground and you're feeling like a side body stretch here. If this is too much for you, if your sit bones are popping up, you want to anchor them back down and just do as much as you can just by doing the side body stretch. And just relax your forehead here to your knees and see how far you can go here. And bringing stillness to the body, the mind, and the breath. Noticing if your body is opening up a little bit more, you can even inch your fingers forward a little bit more. But never allowing your sit bones to come up, but more allowing your upper body to extend forward. What we're doing here is also giving an internal intestinal massage to your bowels, so that this also helps squeeze some of the bowels out and over. So if there's any clumpy areas in your bowels, like this is kind of like squeezing certain things and kind of giving a pressure to be relieved and to kind of be cleansed. Giving an internal massage to your organs allows for more toxins to be released. Whenever you're ready, slowly lifting up. Bring your hands closer to your knees first and then lift up. And then whenever you're ready, just feel how the right and the left side feel different at this point, since we've only done one side. And just see if we can bring contentment to our space right now. If we were just to get up and go with one side stretched, could we practice contentment? We won't do that, but could we? That's really the question. And then bringing our hands in front of us again, just kind of like leaving it at a 90-degree angle, and then just shift it to the right leg and just place it on the ground. And feeling a side body stretch and keeping both your sit bones on the bottom, anchored on the ground. You can bring your hands closer. Your sit bones can't come off the ground, but your hands can be closer to you. And slowly try to relax your head down to your knees. And just feel the difference between the left and right side. Like, what were the sensations you felt on one? Maybe do you notice your bowels starting to squeeze and go to the opposite direction? Like your bowels on this side, or your livers on this side is getting a little bit of a massage. This is where we could potentially be holding a lot of anger. So when we're angry, we're upset about the injustices in the world, about all this watershed that's happening. Women can be really affected by this, and a lot of anger can come up. So can we allow for our livers to right now, which is usually where anger is held, can we allow this massage to kind of relieve that energetic block that's there and allow it to be released, and to see if we can find contentment somewhere deeper below. After all, the practice of enlightenment is really feeling all emotions at the same time. So even when you do feel anger and you feel the injustice and you feel things that are going wrong and all the things that you need to do to change it, also learning how to bring gratitude, love, joy, contentment to the fore whilst you're feeling all those things, not changing your actions, but at every moment allowing for the most appropriate action to come. Whenever you're ready, slowly bringing your hands closer to your knees, and slowly lifting up to the center so your spine's straight, and then just bring your upper body forward. And just notice here, now that both sides have been done, what you can feel. And see if the contentment now is easier, now that both sides are balanced. Certainly for me. So whenever you're ready, coming on to lightning pose. So just sitting on top of bringing your knees together and bringing your sit bones onto your ankles. And this is actually quite a very difficult posture. This is why it's called lightning pose. Not everyone's knees are able to do this. And so if you're feeling any discomfort in this posture, just bring your legs open in a comfortable seated posture with your hands on your knees. The knees are not the most important thing, but for those who can do this posture, I'd like you to do it additionally, because we're going to be moving the upper body. So in this one, we're really going to be working on our shoulders. So this is where mama's breastfeeding shoulders are going to be like really tight or imbalanced, depending on whether you're holding the baby or so shoulder movements here. What I'd like you to do is bring your left arm up and then right arm behind you. Just feel here, just see how you're feeling here, and bringing the back side, the back palm onto your back. And I'm going to turn around so I can show it to you here, what the back looks like. And as your arm is up here, you want to bend the left arm and try to see if you can find your right arm. If it's a finger, let it be a finger. If you can squeeze and bring it over some more, bringing a couple fingers and seeing if you can clasp it, or even better, to see if you can like maybe actually clasp the palm of your hands together. But just allowing yourself to be here and really focusing on your breath. This side for me is like problematic side. My right shoulder in the front is really tight. And over here, you really want to make sure your chest is opening up here. So your elbows, the elbow on the top is pointing upwards to the sky, and your elbow on the bottom is pointing downwards. So here is like we're doing a chest opener, our shoulder, our back of the front of our left, the inner, outer inner sides of our right shoulder are being stretched out here. And begin focusing on your breath here. Whenever you're ready, unclasping your hands and slowly bring the left arm down, slowly release the right, and just shake out your hands. And notice to see if you like maybe felt like a wave of heat down your arms. It's just like the momentary blockage of your blood flow. Now that you feel the gush, you feel like a greater flow, and that kind of like allows it to recalibrate some things in the body whenever you allow that temporary flow. And so if you're feeling that feeling, you're on the right track. So now we're doing the opposite side. So right arm up, left arm, the back of our hands on our arms, and then try to hook your hands together. See if you can find one finger, two fingers, no fingers. Just try to open your chest up if that's the case. Opening the chest, elbows, right elbow pointing to the sky, left elbow pointing downwards, and just observe to see where you're noticing the stretches of this side. Bringing stillness to the body, stillness to the mind, and stillness to the breath. Seeing if we can practice contentment here. Unclasping the hands, lifting the right arm up, relaxing the left arm, bringing the right arm up, and just shake it out a little bit. Or do gentle rotations in a circular motion, just kind of like feeling like allowing the blood flow to come down. Should be feeling a little bit hot in your arms, feeling that little shake and shake it out. Shake, shake, shake. And then bring our right arm forward and take it all the way to our left, and using the left arm to kind of hook the left arm and straighten it out. So you're feeling like a side stretch on your shoulders. And so try to bring your shoulders down, so not lifting it up so much, but kind of like leveling it with the other shoulder, the left shoulder, so that the shoulders are in one line as much as possible. So you're really anchoring, trying to anchor down the shoulder. And then relax. Then doing the opposite side. Always focusing on our breath. Bringing that stillness. Relaxing the arms down. And whenever you're ready, just coming down into lying down on your back and coming into just lying down on your back and massaging your hips left and right. Let's do a twist to make sure that our spine is straight and all ready. And using the back of your palm of your hands to kind of draw a circle on the ceiling, and just rotate it both directions. Whenever you're ready, placing your feet flat on the ground. Right leg crossing over left, lifting it up, and then placing your left foot down, and then kind of maneuvering into a twist. So you want to bring your right knee down on the ground and just see if you can use your left elbow to kind of like push yourself up a little bit and like your arms into a cactus, trying to place the right shoulder on the ground as well. Whenever you're ready, bringing both the legs to the center, squeezing your legs and your stomach to give yourself some support. Uncross your legs, and then just windshield wiping your legs from left and right, allowing it a little bit of relief. And just kind of notice how your different sides of your body feel now that one side is stretched. So keeping the both feet flat on the ground, left leg crossing the right, and then twisting onto the right hand side. Bringing stillness to the body, the mind, and the breath. Whenever you're ready, squeezing your stomach in, lifting both legs up, uncrossing the legs, windshield wiping again. Bring your spine to center. And then slowly get ready to come into Shavasana. Get a blanket, relax your body, and coming flat, palms facing upward, facing the sky. Do any final last postures that you would like. I'm going to be putting on the Yoga Nidra sit. Today I thought we'd do a new type of Yoga Nidra, and that is a 5-pointed star symbol Yoga Nidra. This is also, you can find the recording on our YouTube channel. Forget number what it is. But it will be in the link below if you'd like to listen to it. Lie down on a hard surface, on the floor or on a bed. Ensure that you are warm. Ensure that you won't be disturbed. Ensure that you are absolutely comfortable with a blanket on top of your body. Propping your head up ever so slightly if you so wish and desire. Palms facing upwards alongside your body. Keeping your body symmetrical throughout and absolutely still. For this Yoga Nidra practice, we will be using the symbol of the 5-pointed star as we rotate our consciousness to each parts of our body. We may bring the symbol of the 5-pointed star to each part of our body in a golden, bright, warm, and gentle, loving light. Bring your awareness to the right hand thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, right side of the waist, hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third, fourth, fifth. Bring awareness to the left hand thumb, maintaining the focus of the 5-pointed star throughout your body as we go over it. Index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, left side of the waist, hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, left big toe, second toe, third, fourth, fifth. Move to the top of the head, forehead, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, eyebrow center, right temple, left temple, right ear, left ear, right cheek, left cheek, right eye, left eye, bridge of the nose, tip of the nose, right nostril, left nostril, upper lip, lower lip, teeth, tongue, chin, neck, right ribs, left ribs, heart center, upper abdomen, navel center, lower abdomen, pelvis. Move to the back, right buttock, left buttock, low back, mid back, upper back, the whole spine, back of the neck, back of the head, top of the head. Bring awareness to the right side of the body, right side of the body. Now the left side of the body, left side of the body, front of the body. Awareness to the front of the body, back of the body. Be aware of the back of the body. And now the whole body. Be aware of the whole body, the whole body. Now that your entire body is covered with the 5-star symbol, allow its light to shine ever so brightly, intensifying its tone, warmth, depth, brightness. Feel the healing energy of the 5-pointed star, symbolizing the human body in its perfect form. Allow your entire body to be covered in the 5-pointed star, as if your body is the landscape of a night sky. And the stars of your body are the only luminaries lighting the entire sky. Slowly, slowly begin to deepen your inhales and deepen your exhales. Whenever you're ready, moving your fingertips and your ankles and your feet, rotating your wrists. Slowly bring your attention back to your body, focusing on your inhales and on your exhales, deepening your breath and awakening your body from the inside out. Slowly begin to move your fingertips and your toes, your wrists and your ankles. When you're ready, plant your feet on the ground and lift your arms above your head in a stretch. Take this assurance to your day that in every circumstance you have a choice to be the brightest star, brightest luminary in the room. I hope you have a wonderful day. Moving on to your right hand side in a fetal posture, just propping your head up and keeping the left hand in front of your chest. Focus on a couple breaths here. Whenever you're ready, coming up, pushing yourself up into a seated posture. Sitting up in a comfortable seated posture with your hands on your knees. Just notice how your body feels. recalling all the postures that we did and seeing how you learned to find contentment in each posture. And set an intention right now and how you can bring that contentment to your life, to your day-to-day, to your every moment. Every sound that you hear, every words that you hear other people utter, every sensation that you feel in your body. Just seeing if you can feel content. Bring the palm of your hands in front of your chest. Taking it up to your third eye between your eyebrows. May your thoughts. And then take it down to your lips. May your words. And then take it down to your heart. May your intentions all be aligned into one. Thank you for joining me in today's practice. Namaste. Hope you guys enjoyed today's practice. Happy Women's Day. Hope you guys have a wonderful practice and a lovely day. I'll see you guys in next week's practice. Bye.